10,000 XDC. Some people may find this quantity excessive, while others may find it completely insufficient. What if I told you, however, that 10,000 XDC could quickly gain significant value? This is what we will be discussing. We will be dealing with it. So take a seat back and unwind. Everyone, welcome to the channel. Nick is my name. I sincerely hope that, if you're new to the channel, you will subscribe after seeing this video. Therefore, 10,000 XDC currently costs roughly $734. Let's simply round it to $735. Many people may think it's a lot of money, and I completely understand that. I get it. However, it's not that much if you accrue this over 3, 4, 5, or 6 months. I really believe that people ought to own more than this sum. Many would say, oh, 100 XDC or a 000 XDC just to kind of clickbait you guys. However, I believe that 10,000 should be the least amount for some of these projects because I do believe that the long-term outlook going forward, particularly for the retail sector, is right. Since this area is currently unrelated to fundamentals, we will be kicking ourselves in the future when we say, I wish I bought more, I wish I had more. That shouldn't be necessary to tell you all, is it? Because many of these programs would be flourishing if it were. Those would be really valuable. However, we are still bound by Bitcoin. We're still bound by rumors and hoopla. The area isn't even controlled. We aren't even witnessing widespread adoption. None of this technology is even being fully utilized yet. But we're making progress, aren't we? One day at a time. However, I think it's absurd that 10,000 XDC costs roughly $735 now. 10,000 XRP used to cost roughly the same, but now it costs more to $21,000, or nearly $22,000. And because XRP touched $3.40 recently, it now costs more than $34,000. And no, I don't believe it will end there. 10,000 XRP will soon be worth more than $100,000, in my opinion. I say it with confidence because I firmly believe in these utility-based projects, and in the tech side of the industry, if you will, as well as the utility side. However, for that reason, I do believe that 10,000 XDC for less than $1,000 is a significant bargain. I'll now discuss why 10,000 XDC is something that everyone ought to consider as a portfolio objective. So let's get started on that. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's start by discussing some of the major events taking on in the XDC ecosystem. As a result, I've been drawing attention to several of the significant developments surrounding XDC recently. Additionally, Prime Numbers Labs recently debuted a significant one. On the XDC network, the first audited liquid staking is currently operational. This is enormous. It's wonderful to see this. Benefits of 6% APY from the first second. This is how the app seems in reality now. In my opinion, this is an excellent looking, robust, straightforward, and user-friendly staking platform. This is fantastic, in my opinion. Given that I haven't even utilized this, I am unable to comment on its efficiency. I haven't even used it. However, TVL has already exceeded $5 million, nearly $4 million. Well, this is fantastic for the ecology, in my opinion. It's fantastic for XDC holders, in my opinion, especially for those who like to receive rewards on their XDC. Naturally, when it comes to staking, just be mindful of the risk. Many of the horror stories involving staking platforms and people losing money and other things are already well known to us. Just be mindful of that. However, I really enjoy seeing this. This is fantastic to see, and it's just one of many advancements that we've seen in the XDC space, which makes it very valuable in my view. And as people begin to understand the possibilities of XDC, it will be of great use. The mathematics behind T-Mobile, basically, are the reason for this. Given the data, there are 22 million broadband users, 25 million fixed-line connections, and 261 million mobile users. This company is enormous, and among the biggest in the world. They are a well-known company that is taking the Web3 movement extremely seriously. By the way, it wasn't limited to this particular topic. On May 2nd, they also emphasized XDC, stating that this Friday we will be delving into the most recent news and advancements of the XDC network, a Layer 1 blockchain designed for enterprise use cases and international trade. What you should know is as follows. The XDC network uses Layer 0 integration to enable omni-chain interoperability. I take it that this occurred in April? They incorporated the Universal Message Protocol of Layer 0 cables. I'm really thrilled with the integration, and it was a terrific thing to truly enable seamless cross-chain communication. Aside from that, Archix and the company launched a tokenized money market fund. This was an additional one because many people were unaware of its size, despite the fact that it has been collaborating with some of the industry's most well-known personalities. A tokenized version of 4 large money market funds from providers such as Aberdeen, Fidelity International, BlackRock, and State Street using XDC is being introduced by Hedera, Ripple with XRP, Stellar, and Algorand. Naturally, the DeFi total value locked then at its highest point ever. Early in 2025, the total value locked in the DeFi ecosystem of the XDC network hit a new high of 31.4 million, which was a notable rise over earlier levels. The expansion of XDC's DeFi protocols, such as Phantom of Finance, XSwap Protocol, and Waya XYZ, is partly responsible for this growth, which reflects rising interest in and investment in the network's decentralized finance products. Naturally, we also had the XDC Web3 Interact Invest program, which was a significant. In order to verify the efficacy of the solution, banks, corporations, and platforms are presently participating in a pilot. C2B guarantee APIs are already being implemented by 7 banks, and 2 additional trade platforms, Comdo and Shcom, are utilizing the APIs to improve corporate bank interoperability through their platforms. Indeed, this was announced as recently as last December. The connections that XDC actually has through programs like the TFDI are insane when we consider what's truly happening here. I have discussed this topic numerous times. Through some of these group projects, XDC has made some really positive relationships. It is really bullish. And for that reason, I continue to believe that XDC is arguably one of the most underappreciated projects, which is why you can still purchase 10,000 for less than $1,000. Again, I recognize that many people may find this difficult, but I believe that this will likely rank among the leading giants in the utility sector. Additionally, since XRP is already worth more than $100 billion, I don't want to compare it to it when considering market capitalization. However, when we examine some of these other networks in the top 15, top 20, etc., they are valued in the 7s to 10s of billions or more. So I do believe that XDC is as optimistic as ADA. The ADA is worth $24 billion. For a company like XDC, that is an incredible upside potential. Additionally, I believe that we have the potential to reach those market valuations and 10,000 XDC. If we do, 10,000 XDC will appear to be quite attractive in that account. Well, in contrast to how it appears now. Having said that, I hope you all found this video entertaining. There will be more free stuff if you guys like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you for viewing. Goodbye.